Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Getting on a little bit later than I planned. It's just because I've got a little bit of a sore throat this morning, so I can only assume that my kids or one of their friends did something to get me a little bit sick. So let's see what we've got this morning. Remember right? Yep, so we already had non-farm employment change. We have PMI coming up at 10. Looking at the charts, we are trading. I took the color out of these VWAPs yesterday. Just wanted to make it a little bit easier to see. Again, I'm still not super happy with how things look on the stream yet, so appreciate your patience. Just a second, let me adjust this music volume. Anyway, as I was saying, so we're trading above all these VWAPs, so that's pretty bullish to me. And we look at the fixed range volume profile for this area, our low volume node edge is like right there, our high volume node edge, and then we've got, so this right here is kind of our value area. I feel like if we break lower, then we will definitely test the bottom part of this, and above us we have this high volume node that's sticking out right here. We've got a swing high, and this is an hourly chart on the left side. Got a hourly low down here, and then obviously this one, which is much further down. Would be very surprised if we get down here, but I've certainly done that. Had moves like that before on the NQ. So I am in a long trade that I put on this morning. So I didn't, I just didn't sleep great last night. And so I woke up pretty early this morning and saw that it had sold off in the overnight down here toward this previous day's VWAP. And I posted the divergences on X, but basically we've got a trades delta divergence. So remember I was telling you guys, anytime that your trades delta is above your volume delta, that's telling you that there's some absorption going on. And especially when the trades delta starts to make new highs, and basically it went bullish on the day. So just a really nice setup. A plus setup? No, probably not A plus for me, but definitely, you know, like a B plus kind of setup. Nice divergence. You can see how the volume delta was in alignment with price for the most part, but yet again, our trades delta bottomed out, kind of touched its low again. So currently still holding 5 micros, and we're up about excuse me, $1,600 on the day so far. And here again, this is the Apex account, 300K Apex account. We do have like a high volume node edge right here. So if we lose this, then I feel like we got to go back down a little bit further to this previous day's VWAP. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on this area. and see what happens around. This is just a 1 minute chart this morning. And let me get chat pulled up. I don't even know if anybody's on yet. Oh yeah, hey, I got 3 people on. Nice. Appreciate you guys being here this morning. I'm trying to get chat up in OBS. I used to have a chat doc, and I don't know if I just don't have the space for it. But it's like I've lost it, so let me try to find it here. I may have to pull it up in may have to pull it up on the website on YouTube, which is what I've been doing. So maybe that, so I can talk with you guys this morning. A lot going on in the trading space. A lot of drama on X. A lot of drama on X. Let's see. All right. Found the chat. Okay, let's lock in here. Can you guys let me know if the music's too loud? I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. And I also have the tick is hidden right now. Once the market opens up, I'll open that back up. This is just an easier way, excuse me, for you guys to see it. So but yeah, more or less got my trade in this morning early. Like I said, I woke up at 3, which that used to happen to me a lot. I don't know if like on a subconscious level, um, I don't know if on like a subconscious level, my brain knows that the market's open. Hey, brother. Hope you're doing well this morning. Um, I don't know if like my brain is like, hey, London's open, there's probably some volatility, you can trade that. And but I just, or if it's just because of my career, I feel like in the military, you end up turning into a bit of a night owl for various reasons. But yeah, I just woke up. I woke up hot, which is, I don't like being hot. And I had slept on the couch with my wife and our 3-year-old just because, again, the kid's not feeling good. So woke up hot and you feel like you're being suffocated. So I ripped my t-shirt off, pulled my socks off, and just laid on top of the blanket for a while, tried to cool off. And then I realized I was like, I'm not going to go back to sleep. So, all right. So this is where we're at. We've got a ton of VWAPs below us, and they're really all bundled together. I'm going to color the dailies here so we can at least see the daily VWAPs in a little bit different color. I usually like to do these in like pink or purple. Today's VWAP. I guess that looks all right. Again, I'm trying to tailor things to you guys on the stream a little bit. No, you can't see that very well. We'll just go with the pink. Let's go with the pink. All right, so again, we're trading above yesterday's VWAP. Let me make this the same color over here. That way we're not confusing anybody. And the VWAP extension. There we go. Our labeling's all off though, so let me change that. Oops. I was trying to get fancy with my abbreviations, but kind of gotten away from that. I want you guys to be able to read it. That non-farm news didn't really do a whole lot. It rallied for a little bit, but there we go. Now we're kind of matchy-matchy. I did DCA down into this. My initial, I started my initial basically one micro position right here. And then had it, and that was just simply based on this bounce here on the trades delta because they were already kind of diverging. You can see how they're widening out. oops, right? Like they're, gosh. It's almost like I've never done hotkeys on Sear chart. So the lows widening out. So to me, that's a divergence. It's not a major one, but it's major in the sense that it's telling you that there's absorption taking place. And then once you get something like this where they're really starting to kind of bounce at their lows, and that's what happened. And then we get basically bounce number 2 right here, and that's where I DCA down from that position down to here. I had already had it in my mind that we might go into this previous session, so again, that was just one micro right there. Absolutely could have stopped it, but I held it. It wasn't a big deal. And now we're kind of rallying a little bit. A really nice kind of safe trade for you guys is just, just like we talked about yesterday, when these volume deltas reclaim session neutral. It's telling you that, right now there's more buyers than there are sellers, and they're both positive. So we've got, fair alignment, I would say. What's up, Dave? I was just saying that I think my kids got me a little bit sick, so apologize if I sound like a bullfrog this morning. Yeah, so I'm still holding a runner from this runners. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's basically $475 is what's left in profit. And then I've locked in like, I don't know, 1600. Oh, I forgot to set up the study. I'm gonna try to put a study up here somewhere so you guys can see the P&L on the account. Also, too, I have a news app for those of you guys that are using Sierra chart. I recommend you going and getting. Let me see if I can find the link for it. This guy right here. I'm going to post the link in chat. But if you're using Sierra chart, he's got an excellent Forex Factory news study that displays the news for you. It does not work with OpenGL, so sometimes I like to run OpenGL on my charts, just I feel like it makes them run smoother. But let me post it in chat for you guys. But you guys go check out GC's studies, man, and download it. It's just super handy to have it. It was working yesterday on stream, but it's not working right now. But we know that at 10 o'clock we've got PMI. I'm sorry, Dave. Awesome. I appreciate you being here, man. I really do. There's a lot of old junk on my YouTube channel. I opened it up publicly. So who knows what you're gonna find in there. There's probably a lot of videos that are like half done, or again, I'm a 48-year-old retired Army vet, right? Like with 4 kids. So you're not what you're getting is the real me. You're not gonna get this polished YouTube influencer streamer type. So I say, I say that because there's probably going to be a lot of things on there that's just an absolute mess. So But I'll keep it up for a little while. I need to go through there and kind of curate it a bit. But I appreciate you being here. It's so interesting to me too because I went to a YouTuber's channel yesterday and I just happened to catch it. And again, the guy's got like 100,000 followers, and um, it's just red and green bars. Like he's not really talking about anything. I'm like, how do you get 100K followers? Maybe he's just been doing it for a while. I don't know. Oh man, God bless you guys. I love my Brits. It's so amazing how our countries diverged, back in the 1800s, 17, 1800s, and we are more alike now than ever, I feel like. Um, I have deep empathy for the common, average, everyday folks in the UK. I grew up poor myself, so I lived in a car with my grandmother before I joined the army. My dad was unfortunately an alcoholic, and he just wasn't doing well. So that's the kind of stock that I come from. I think that's what allowed me to thrive in the army in really austere conditions. So I'm certainly not a hero, man. I've lost a lot of friends that are much, much better than me, man. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Well, you guys that have listened to me for a while, you know that I'm a Christian. I wasn't always a Christian. I was fucking atheist when I was younger and then agnostic. But along the way, God humbled me. And honestly, it really started when I was in Ranger School, which was back in 1999. I remember praying and asking for help. And but what I was going to say is that we just live in a terribly fallen world. Like whether you are a believer or not, I think it's easy to see that this world is filled with people who um, choose to oppress others, and it's a choice. It's one that I don't know that they necessarily that they know that they can make. Um, we all have trauma from our childhood, and I think everybody on some level needs to kind of unpack all that trauma. It's the only way you heal from it. And it's such a shame going to these third world countries and see how um, the men treat their wives and their children, and the beatings that take place, and that just creates more of the same. So uh, it's a mess. It's a mess. But I do believe that we have an element of control in our lives, and God gives us that. So try to stay positive and do the best I can each day. So I'm gonna pan out here and kind of see where we are in outer space. We might pop through these highs. If it does, I don't see a reason why. This right here just looks like a super juicy target. I'm not one to I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that excuse me, that there's a bunch of stops here. I don't I'm not one to really buy into all that kind of stuff because I just don't know. You know, if a bank or a hedge fund bought back in early December or sold rather, certainly they took profits, and I doubt that there's much of their short position left. And again, it's not like we're running their stops. They don't use stops, right? They're constantly rebalancing their positions. So yeah, there's probably some swing traders that maybe have some stops up here, but it may not be. Again, I just don't put a lot of stock in that. Yep, I agree 100%, Dave. You know, when I was in the military, I never really thought about God, and which is just crazy because I did I did 10 deployments. I got wounded on my last deployment, and that on that deployment was the only one that I was ever really scared. Like God really humbled me, and I look back over my life and I can see where He was there the whole time. All right, I'm gonna focus here because we're about to open. Let me pull up the tick. Oops. I'm also going to put together a chart. I have it. I've got it made, but I don't have the chart book's not really set up with the symbols that I want yet. But basically, what I like to do is I like to take this higher time frame chart that I use on the left, and I'll pull up like 6 or 8 different tickers and just kind of watch them, like gold, crude oil, and I'll look at these VWAPs, right? You know, if gold's dropped a ton, and I'm not saying that it has, I haven't looked at the chart in gold in a few days, but you know, sometimes there's just better trades. I feel good about this now that we're above all these VWAPs that we were, you know, that we were tangled up in yesterday. I feel a lot better about it now. I feel a lot lighter, I guess, that we're above all that. But it's nice to see where where you are across multiple symbols. So I got to remember, I'm still long from down here at this bottom. So I will probably, I'm going to take off 2 micros. So I just took off 2. That locked me in at $1,781 on the day. So I'm just going to let the rest of this ride sort itself out. If we get a really nice push up, then, okay, so I want to talk to you guys about this. So remember, the way that I set this up yesterday is that this CVD right here and trades delta, these are set to reset at the session open. And then this one on the tactical chart, I call this tactical chart. The left one's the strategic chart. This one is set for the session. And I like to do that because I think it's in, like today we opened in the positive. So again, that's noteworthy, right? That our order book is positive right now. Yeah, price has been going up, but the order book is positive. So let's just kind of watch and see. Again, we're on a 1 minute over here today. I'm trying to find the best way to show you guys, but I'm not really concerned so much with what price is doing right now. I'm watching the order book, and especially this one right here because we just opened, and you can see how they opened right here, and we're holding positive. So if these start to break new highs, then you might want to consider taking a long. So let's just watch them, see what they do. Hey, we're up to 13 already. Again, appreciate all you guys being here this morning with me. Still holding 3 micros from earlier. Let me change these to a line. I'm sorry. Let me change these to a line because I feel like the bars will be tough for you guys to read. So let's just do line on close. And we'll see. You guys let me know if you can read them or not. Line on close. I guess I need to put them in order. Line on close. Okay, let me reset it. Make it a little bit thicker. Sorry. So look, we're just getting a big push in delta. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. Oh, it's there we go. I'm gonna take. I wish I would have taken one off on that pop. That's okay. So again, these are set to reset. So basically they reset right here. Our volume delta is hitting 1K positive. That's good. I think it's probably going to continue to go higher. I'm going to take one more off. So we're at $1,926. So what's interesting is, and let me zoom in so you guys can see this. Again, I just think this kind of stuff is neat. Still fully wrapping my brain around it myself. But look at this. So we can see that on the session chart, our trades delta is higher, which is good if you're wanting to long, right? It's lifting it higher. Those trades are hitting. But on the RTH, we're starting to get some absorption rolling in, which is what you would expect as it starts to, you know, approach highs and are taking profits. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. That's just to me, that's just a basic order flow read. Like if again, I know it looks a little funky right now, but if your order flow opens right here because it reset, then why would you try to do anything other than go long? I feel like you've got to go with that initial push one way or the other. And there certainly are some times when, you know, that you'll get that aggressive push and it will move in that direction for a short amount of time. But then, you know, maybe there's just so much. So remember I was saying, I just mentioned to you about this, about, come on, about our trades delta being below our volume delta. And you see what happens here. We get like a push down. Do I want to add into this? Not really yet. I mean, you could, because if you're really hard up for a trade, or if you're not in it yet, I want to kind of check and see what the ticks are doing here. Still holding 2. Feel like they're going to take these highs out. Let's see. I'm going to change this chart so it only shows, does not include the overnight session. And this should help this stick out better. Uh-oh. These things are still linked, so I apologize. I think it's going to mess them all up now. I'm going to have to unlink the charts. Linking. Okay, so this one is not linked. Yes, I agree. I agree with you. Sorry, the charts are reloading, guys. I'm cutting out the overnight session on this lower time frame RTH volume delta chart. I wasn't going to trade this morning because I'd already had the trade and I was up about, I don't know, 1,200 or 1,400 on it. But I was like, no, you know what? I need to show up for these guys. And I'm glad that I did because we're getting even more out of this. So I'm gonna, so that's kind of where how our volume profile looks. Looks like it's still, come on. I'm gonna take one off. I can't even see it. All I see is the price level. So I'm still holding 1 micro. That puts us almost at 2K, 1995. I noticed too yesterday I was listening to the stream with my wife and I was asking her for her feedback, and since I got the headset yesterday and I can tell that the audio sounds a lot better. Nice, man. That's right. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, okay. Now my news app pops back up. So this is the GC News app over here on the right side of the chart. And you can configure it to do all kinds of different things. It'll put little, little dots or indications that there's an upcoming news event. I've got all that stuff turned off right now, but it's just a lot easier. This is, again, one of the things that I love about Sierra Chart. It's just easy to put a news plug-in on your chart. It's super easy to do it. And that way you're not having to, alt tab back and forth. So we're getting a rip on the NQ tick here. Gosh. Maybe good. Only got 3 days of data load. I'm not sure why it's taking so long? Okay, we are sweeping. Also, too, I love volume profile just as much as the next guy, but you can see how Price did not give a dang about this high volume node from yesterday. Like it's like, late afternoon MOC kind of volume, so whatever. But it just blew right on through that thing. So I think there's edge in profiling, but at the same time, you just don't know if the guys that shorted in the overnight are going to show up. I might have to close this chart book and reload it because it's not displaying it. All right, just a second. Let me close chart book. Sorry guys. It's gonna be bright white here. I guess I'll just sit here until it loads. This is unusual. Let me close the air chart. Yes. No. Sorry, gents. It's reloading here. There we go. Okay. How odd. All right, so session wise, we're at 2K delta, which is 2K positive, which is not an extreme by any means. Still holding 1 micro. So if we get a nice push back down and our deltas come back down to net delta neutral, I will look to add basically reinitiating new trade at that point. I mean, I still have one micro on, but it's incredible. One micro, you're up $270. You guys don't have to trade heavy. Please don't. Now, if you've got a if you've got a a personal account that's got a few $100,000 in it, sure, you'd be trading, full size contracts. But let's face it, if you had that kind of money,